Hi friends, I'm Miss April and this is Eden. You want to say hi?
Hi friends.
And we're going to make Play-Doh today. Play-Doh is something that is one of Eden's favorite things.
But I want to make green Play-Doh.
And we're going to make green Play-Doh. So we want to show you how we do it. So first we talked about how we're safe around the stove because this Play-Doh we cook. And so it's going to be hot. And so what we want to do is not touch where it's hot and make sure that your child is high enough so that they can reach everything without touching the fire. That's right, we can touch the handles. The second thing that I did to make it a little easier is I pre-measured all of our ingredients. And so what we're going to do, all right, maybe next time we'll do ice cream, okay? All right, so now what we're gonna do, Eden, is we're gonna add our ingredients into our pan. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a cup of flour. Would you like to dump that into our pan?
Yeah.
All right, 1 cup of flour, just any regular flour. The next thing we're gonna dump in is a 1/4 cup of salt. Good job. And we can do any kind of salt. You can do kosher salt or table salt. Next, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar.
Where is it?
You want to dump it right in there with all the other dry ingredients? Very good. Okay, now we're going to stir this a little bit. We're going to do the water next. First, we're going to stir all of the dry ingredients. So you want to stir it around. I'm going to try to mix the salt and the flour and the cream of tartar all together. That's right, and it's going to make Play-Doh. After we're done stirring all the dry ingredients, you're doing, I can see that you're stirring all the way around, and that is going to mix it very well.
And then you're going to add water.
And then we are, you're right, we're going to add the wet things. All right, so our wet ingredients are 1 cup of water. Can you do it?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Wow, that can be stirring.
Almost, we're going to add 2 more wet ingredients. All right, so we're going to do 1 tablespoon of oil. All right, you want to dump it in?
Yeah.
And now we're going to add our color. So Eden loves green, and so she picked green for us to do. And you can squeeze it. We're just going to squeeze it in there. All right, let's try that. Let's try that about and see how it goes. All right, and now we're going to stir it all together. And we want to see no more flour, so we have to stir it till all the flour is wet.
Yeah, it is so green.
And it is very green, you are right.
When the flour is cold, it's gonna be green.
Yes, and right now it is cold.
But it's gonna be green. It's gonna make it so very green.
All right, now it's my turn. All right, last one. Now it's my turn to stir. And what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to scoot you back just a little bit away from the fire, and I'm going to turn the fire on. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
There you go. All right, so stay right there. I'm going to turn the fire on. And remember, the fire is cold or hot?
Hot.
Hot. So do we put our hands near it?
No.
No, that's right.
Only here with our ears to hear it.
That's right. We can hear it when it comes on, can't we? So when you are cooking the Play-Doh, what's going to happen is you can stir it and try to get rid of lumps.
Yeah,
and then as it starts,
we don't drop it. It will make a mess.
That's right. So as we stir it, we're going to see that it's going to start forming and pulling away from the pan.
Wow.
So I encourage you to use a non-stick pan because it just makes this a lot easier, but it'll start forming a ball. So it'll get solid and it will start forming a ball. That's right.
Or will turn it into pie.
And this takes about a minute or so.
If the green is hot, we not green.
Well, we do love green Play-Doh, don't we? All right, so this is starting to pull away from the pan, and it kind of gets lumpy as it cooks, and that's normal.
I hear it.
Do you hear it cooking?
Yeah.
You kind of see it? See what it's doing? See how it's getting lumpy?
Well,
And
it's
it's-
not green until now.
All right, so we're getting excited about our Play-Doh. So we're almost done. I would say it takes, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes to cook all the way. And you don't want it to be wet. So if you see there's parts that look wet, you can just kind of smush it down on the pan. And
But we know green.
it's gonna start looking
It's our
like
favorite. It's
this.
our favorite.
But this is still pretty wet. So I'm gonna leave it in the pan.
And it will make some Play-Doh. I'm so excited.
All right, what's your favorite thing to do with Play-Doh?
I don't know.
Have you ever cut it into shapes with cookie cutters?
No, I did not have to.
All right, well, maybe that's something we can try. All right, so the Play-Doh now is in a lump, and I'm gonna put it here on my counter, and I'm gonna put this hot pan out of the way.
And it will
Okay, and I'm gonna move Eden a little bit closer here. Now, this is super hot, so we don't touch it. But as an adult, when you feel like it's cooled enough,
Can I smell it?
yes, Nana didn't put anything into it. So you can also put essential oils into it. Thank you for reminding me of that, Eden. So that you can do lavender or peppermint. You can do different spices in it.
But we don't
That-
really with pepperoni.
No, pepperoni probably wouldn't be a good flavor. I agree. But anything that smells good to you or your children, it's nice.
But we don't like that.
All right, so I'm going to give you a little piece,
A little baby.
and it's going to be very hot. So I'm going to press it like that so it can cool down. The other thing you can do is you can stick it in the refrigerator for just a little bit so that it cools down enough. But it is important to knead it, and that gets all of the color in it, but it also makes sure that all of the ingredients are mixed really well. So would you like to touch it and see if it's still too warm for you? We'll pull up your sleeves a little bit. All right, you want to touch it and see how it feels?
Yeah, it's not really rough.
Is it soft or is it rough?
It's too rough.
It's kind of rough. Okay, do you want to push it and see if it's too hot for you?
Yeah, it is.
Does it feel too hot? Okay, so after it cools down, I'm going to show all of our friends what the Play-Doh looks like up close. You have beautiful Play-Doh, and you can be ready to have lots of fun. So are you ready to go play with our Play-Doh, Eden?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Thank
think
you
so.
for being with us. Bye.
Bye.